Hello everyone, it's Maki. The official setting material collection for the movie GUNDAM SEED FREEDOM titled Mechanic and World has been released. This book contains fascinating content, including detailed settings for each mobile suit and interviews with the staff. This time, I'll be cross-referencing various elements with information revealed in previous publications such as Super Encyclopedia and Sword of Compass. Since a lot of information has been revealed, I'll be dividing the analysis into several posts. Now, let's dive into the world of Seed Freedom. First, let's talk about the engines of Rising Freedom and Immortal Justice, a topic that has sparked discussion among fans. Surprisingly, even Mechanic and World and other reference materials do not give a clear answer to the question: are they nuclear engines or battery engines? In other words, the exact details remain unknown. In an interview, director Mr. Mitsuo Fukuda said just because it's a nuclear engine doesn't mean it can produce a powerful weapon. Is there really an advantage to deliberately using something as dangerous as nuclear energy? Back in the Seed era, there was a significant difference between nuclear engines and battery engines. For example, in the final battle, the dual Gundam fights with two beam sabers. However, one of its beam sabers is actually a spare one that is not meant to be used at the same time. As a result, its phase shift armor shuts down shortly after that scene. On the other hand, Freedom Gundam and Justice Gundam, which are equipped with nuclear engines, are shown using two beam sabers simultaneously while repeatedly firing beam cannons. In addition, when Meteor's weapons are used, their power is supplied directly by the nuclear engine. It seems that by the time of Seed Freedom, battery engine technology had advanced significantly, reaching a point where powerful weapons could be achieved without the need for dangerous nuclear engines. In fact, Impulse Gundam Spec 2 is seen using the Meteor's weapons in battle. Compared to the time when the dual Gundam was designed under the assumption that the use of two beam sabers at the same time was not intended, this clearly shows how much technology has progressed. This brings us to the question of red particles. In the past, mobile suits equipped with nuclear engines have been shown to emit red particles. Both Freedom Gundam and Strike Freedom Gundam produce red particles. Of course, if we chalk it up to a visual effect to make the protagonist's mobile suit look cooler, that would be the end of the discussion. However, red particles were also considered to be one of the characteristics of nuclear engines. This was stated in the setting revealed by Gunpla. Since Gunpla is an official product, its settings are indeed part of the official lore. However, it's also common for the settings to be adjusted to match how things are depicted in the anime. So does this mean that the red particle setting has been changed? From here on, this is just my personal interpretation. Even if the setting itself hasn't changed, it's quite possible that the portrayal still makes sense. In reality, red particles are not necessarily an exclusive feature of nuclear engines. Rather, they simply represent excess energy released in the form of red particles. What if we interpret it this way? The new type of battery can store energy on a par with a nuclear engine, but since its energy release mechanism is still under debate, it must release excess energy in some form. If we take that approach, then even if Rising Freedom Gundam uses a battery engine, it wouldn't be strange for it to emit red particles. Of course, this is just my own interpretation. As Seed Freedom continues to expand, more details will undoubtedly be added. There's a good chance that new information about the engines of Rising Freedom and Immortal Justice will be revealed in the future. Now let's talk about the engine systems of the Strike Freedom Gundam Type 2, Destiny Gundam Spec 2, and Infinite Justice Gundam Type 2. According to Mechanic and World, these mobile suits are equipped with a new type of fusion reactor. This is a rather intriguing development. In the Seed series, nuclear-powered mobile suits use a nuclear fission system. While nuclear fusion produces significantly more energy than nuclear fission, it was extremely difficult to miniaturize, so it was only used in large warships and similarly massive weapons. However, the official setting materials now officially state that a new type of fusion reactor exists. Even in the story of Seed Freedom, Erica Simmons explicitly mentions testing the new fusion reactor. Some fans had speculated that this line was a production error. For example, in Seed Stargazer, there is a scene where Celine McGriff says since the neutron jammer Kayla is active, only power cells can be used when activating the Stargazer Gundam. Power cells refers to battery-powered engines. This line has often been discussed among fans as a possible error. The neutron jammer Kayla is a technology that allows the use of nuclear fission reactors. Meanwhile, the neutron jammer is a device that suppresses nuclear fission reactions. So, just as there have been misstatements in past works, some initially thought that Erica Simmons' line was a mistake. However, it has now been officially confirmed that her statement was intentional and not a mistake. Celine must be feeling a little frustrated. Still, the successful miniaturization of a nuclear fusion reactor to a size that can be installed in the mobile suit is an amazing technological advancement. At the same time, when combined with Mr. Fukuda's statement, just because it's a nuclear engine doesn't mean it can produce a powerful weapon, a rather intriguing idea emerges. It suggests that the new battery-powered mobile suits are capable of performing at a level that allows them to engage in combat against mobile suits equipped with nuclear fusion reactors. Will this technology only escalate warfare? Or if used with good intentions, could it potentially solve Earth's severe energy shortages? From now on, the future of the cosmic era will be determined by the will of those who live in its world. Now let's take one last look at the Acguy. In order to hide the Infinite Justice Gundam Type 2, Athrun used additional armor, which gave it the appearance of a Zugok. However, during the planning stages of Seed Freedom, there was also the idea of using an Acguy instead. In fact, Mechanic and World includes a design for the Acguy. It's got a pretty cute look. His horn is hidden, but the beam saber in his legs is still exposed. Can the leg-mounted beam saber actually be used? Or is the black part a retractable cover that can be opened and used when needed? Because of its cute design, the Acguy is often mistaken for being weak, but it's actually a highly capable mobile suit. Its stealth-oriented armor material and shape give it exceptional resistance to sonar detection. In fact, it is said that sonar can tell the difference between a whale and an Acguy. Had Athrun used the Acguy instead, he might have had more opportunities for stealth operations than when he used the Zugok. The design is also very simple, so if you're skilled at customizing Gunpla, it might be a fun challenge to try making one yourself. Unfortunately, no rear view art was included. All these new settings are incredibly interesting and full of charm. I'll continue to analyze the world of the Seed series. Thank you for watching until the end. See you in the next episode.